Doug, I wanted to ask you something that you told Dan Pompei in June, your co-author. You told Dan Pompei that you wished you had done things a little bit differently last year in training camp, and I'm going to quote you. I felt like I may have pulled back a little bit while trying to get our guys to the regular season. You need to strike a balance. Moving forward, I would still keep my foot on the gas. Okay, so how did what happened last year dictate to you what you want to do this year?
Well, I think in that quote, the key word was balance. And for me as a head coach, you do have to strike a balance between how hard you can push your players and get them prepared for the regular season, and still, listen to them and understand that, hey, training camp's long and we got to get guys healthy and rested and prepared for the regular season. So there is a balance between how much you can push, and I learned from, even going into before the 2017 season, and training camps were hard and tough, and I pushed the guys, but at the same time I listened to them, and so I think that's where I have to get back to from the standpoint of doing that with the team. And yeah, guys are going to get hurt, guys are going to get beat up, and I can manage those guys a little differently than the rest of the team. I still got to keep the team, in my focus.
One of the things that you were very good at, both analytically proven and in all other ways, you really took a lot of chances, calculated risks in 2017. And you have said that you maybe pulled back a little bit in 2018 and weren't as pedal to the metal. Is that so? And how will that be this year?
I would agree with that. I look back to the way we started our season. We didn't have Carson Wentz to start the year. We didn't have, Alshon Jeffrey on offense, and then on defense, Brandon Graham wasn't out there, and we were making it work. But at the same time, I felt like that, we had to just kind of do what we could do to win football games, and sometimes
you're like a pitcher who feels like, I need to win this one 3-2.
I need to win this one, 3-2, and we got to maybe play some small ball.
Yeah.
And that to me it's not my mentality. That's not who I am, and so I learned from that. As a young football coach, and obviously having gone through a championship season, you learn from those, and I've got to continue to be who I am, and what helped us become successful a couple years ago.
Plus, don't you like coaching that way?
I do.
Don't you like kind of living on the edge and calling Philly special, at the goal line against the best defense?
It's funny, Peter, because that's not necessarily my personality as a person. I'm a little more conservative and all that, but when I coach, I want to coach that way. I want to be aggressive. I want to be out in front and do those things. It's fun for the players, and having been a player in my past, it's exciting, and that's what I got to get back to.
You now have sort of your quarterback, you're operating a little bit without a safety net compared to when you had Nick Foles. So you got your quarterback, Carson Wentz, who's had his last 2 seasons end prematurely. What have you seen in Wentz, and are you comfortable with what you have behind him?
What I've seen from Wentz is everything that we've expected from him from day one when we drafted him. He's a tremendous worker. He's a hard worker. He's diligent about the way he attacks every single day, his rehab. He wants to be back out on the football field. It's diligent, and he's leading this football team, and he's back to that, where he was a couple of years ago. And so we're excited, and I'm excited to be able to get back and kind of keep working with Carson Wentz, obviously. And then this is a great opportunity for Nate Sudfeld, for our backup quarterbacks. This is a time where we get to see that separation and see, if they can take their game, to the next level. And I was once in that role, behind a Brett Favre, and I was challenged. I remember Mike Holmgren challenging me, like, now it's time to take your game to another level. I mean, the plays and the offense, but now you gotta apply it in game situations. So that's where Nate is right now, and so I can relate to that, and I can continue to encourage him to get better, and this is big for him.
Doug, good luck this year.
Thanks, Peter.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.